Mr. Investor ALOT, welcome back to the channel, baby. So Ark Invest just bought this very interesting 3D printing stock. It's actually a SPAC called GLEO. Yep, it's this company called GLEO Acquisition, and they're currently merging with a company called Shapeways, a 3D printing service. Oh, and apparently it's a big deal because Shapeways is the #1 3D printing service company. But before we get into that, my name is Miguel. I look for big, juicy growth stocks. None of this is financial advice. It's for entertainment only, and if you're able to support my channel, I really appreciate it. Just click the join button above my head, or you can join the Patreon. You can join any tier at all, and just know that you're helping me create quality content every single day. If you're unable to join, just you hitting the like and clicking subscribe is enough for me, and let's get into this video, baby. Okay, so Ark has been buying up GLEO Acquisition. It's floating around about $10 per share right now. But before we get into this and we look into the figures, they have actually started buying Teladoc again. So Teladoc is down all the way to $170 per share, and they bought $59 million in their Ark KK portfolio yesterday. So this is something really interesting to see and notice, because I know they haven't bought a big sum in quite some time. Well, actually they kept buying throughout the period when it was $192, $188. And I think the algorithm that they set for this Ark KK portfolio, they want to float the weight round about, between 6.15% and higher than 6%, definitely. Because when we were looking at when it was about 5% or roughly about 5.5% in their portfolio, they were buying chunks and chunks of it in March just to make sure it gets above 6%. And at Teladoc at $170 per share, if they're buying $59 million of it right now, they're expecting a lot of growth in the future. The all-time high was about $308. So it's interesting to see that Ark's been purchasing this too. So back to GLEO and Shapeways, let's see how much Ark Invest bought of this. Ark Invest now has $9 million worth. They bought $5 million on the 28th of April 2021, and they bought $4.5 million worth on April 29th. They're hovering just about under 1 million shares at the moment, and this is all within their ArkQ portfolio. So if you guys are new to this website, it's called Lucid Tracking. This is a website that I use, and I use the premium feature. You can find the description in my link below in the description box. So Shapeways, I think this is actually a big deal when they start to open positions in this, because when I started to look into it, they state that they're the #1 3D printing service company, and they've already worked with over 1 million customers since 2007. These guys have also worked with Google, they've worked with Target, as you can see here, some big names, and they run this 3D printing on-demand service for literally so many industries. We can see medical, consumer, robotics. They even do it for gaming, aerospace, and drones. If we look at the stats, they've printed over 20 million different parts, 3D printed them. They also used over 10 plus 3D printing technologies, over 19 plus materials and finishings, and they shipped to over 160 countries with 1 million customers plus served. When we look at the current technologies they're using, we can see HP there, but we can also see something familiar to our channel is X1. So they run anything from production parts to rapid prototyping and finishing. That's in terms of their services. And when I was going through their site, I actually found this. Look, there's a little marketplace here. Within their website, if you look at the 3D printing marketplace, you can sell anything from tech to games to miniatures, jewelry, rings, pendants. They've also got home accessories, you can see here, even 3D printed art, and it allows you to list items and sell it. And this is really cool. I really like the way they've laid out the website, and they've created this marketplace for people to use. Down below you can see featured shops, and you can see merchants. So all of these people are able to sell through their website. In terms of their careers, I was looking through this also, and there's two places where they're opening positions. One is in New York, the other is in the Netherlands. It looks like they're hiring in Manhattan and the LIC factory, baby. So currently hiring engineers, lots of account managers, associates, everything to do with engineering and product development. And over in the Netherlands with our Dutch brother and sisters, I think this place is pronounced Eindhoven. They were also hiring over there lots of engineers, account managers. The next thing I wanted to look at is how much revenue does Shapeways actually make. If they're the #1 3D printed service at the moment, or servicing company should I say, let's check this resource on ALOT.com. Oh my god, is this a paywall? They want me to sign up? Well, it's already available here on Google. They said estimated is annual revenue is about $30 million at this moment in time. And if we go into this Business Wire article as well, they were talking about a total addressable market for digital manufacturing, saying it was worth around about $39 billion in 2020, and they believe this is going to expand to approximately $120 billion by 2030 by disrupting the massive global manufacturing market, which is slow, manual, and rigid. So this article also states that Shapeways is uniquely positioned to benefit from this industry transformation. Is that industry 4.0, where we're shifting to these new kind of machines that are going to be 3D printing, and these 3D printing machines are going to completely disrupt so many industries. They're going to make it cheaper or faster than ever for us to produce industrial, medical, automotive, aerospace 3D printed parts. Within this article as well, if you haven't read it already, they've signed a strategic partnership with Desktop Metal, a leader in additive manufacturing metal technologies. They also have this business model in 2020 they developed, licensing out a commercialized software as a service version of its proprietary software to its key partners, enabling them to deploy Shapeways manufacturing operating system within their own organizations. So these guys already have customers that want on-print demand services in over 160 countries. And if we listen to what Luca Giacometti, the chairman and CEO of GLEO, he's commenting on Shapeways, saying that Shapeways fits our mandate given its North American and European nexus, market leadership position and growth profile. Our team, having decades of experience in advising, investing and operating businesses across the US and European markets, was immediately attracted to Shapeways platform, which is supported by its proprietary software capabilities and ability to provide solutions to any company. Looking overall at the business transaction, if we can see here, the business combination values Shapeways at $410 million pro forma enterprise value and at $10 per share PIPE price, which implies an equity value of $605 million. Of this transaction, more than $195 million of net proceeds will go to the company, including a $75 million fully committed common stock PIPE anchored by top-tier investors such as Miller Value Partners and XN, alongside this strategic partnership with Desktop Metal. What are they going to use the cash for? The cash will be used to accelerate Shapeways' metal additive manufacturing capabilities, expand the company's material and technology offerings to extend market research and grow customer share of wallets, as well as provide additional working capital. So GLEO has up until October 22nd, 2021 to consummate the business combination. They're expecting this transaction to close in the summer of 2021. So everybody is moving into this 3D printing market. Everybody wants to disrupt. And Shapeways is saying that it can basically make world-class 3D printing more accessible to everyone through automation, innovation, and digitization. I like that they also put a community together here with their 3D printing forums. So you can get different threads within this forum where you can discuss and talk about it. And it looks pretty active. Some people were on yesterday, constantly discussing, you know, the latest probably 3D printing softwares and just building a nice community. Another cool feature that this company has is you can let your friends and family 3D print their own special gifts. So you can buy them gift cards that they can use at Shapeways, which is pretty cool. Look, print their own rings, amazing. Print their own custom game parts, juicy. Is that the dog from Dogecoin? Is that you? Finalizing up, I want to learn a lot more about Shapeways. I want to learn about how much money can they potentially make within this market. There's a lot of people competing, and I want to know who their kind of competitors are at the moment in terms of running services, you know, 3D printing certain parts, and what's their cost comparison compared to other competitors. Are they able to 3D print at lower prices? Anyways, I want to hear from you. Have you invested in GLEO, aka Shapeways? Let me know. And what are your thoughts and feelings about the 3D printing industry as a whole? Who's your best bet on in the 3D printing industries? Obviously, you know that I'm invested in Nano Dimension. I also have X1. So I want to know, do you guys also own like Desktop Metals or Triple D? And I'd love to see your comments down below. Also, remember, none of this is financial advice. It's for entertainment only. If you're able to support the channel, please do by clicking join up above, or you can join my Patreon. But if you're unable to do that, just hit the like and click subscribe. It means the world to me, and I'll catch you in the next video. Mr. Invest a Lot, over and out, baby.